Do you want to automate the work of your team without any coding, build your business application and get rid of Excel, emails and transform the way how you work? In this video I will show you how to build no-code application with the structured data, custom forms, approvals, reports and mobile application without any coding. You will not have to use Power Automate, Power Apps or any other application. We will use Microsoft List. If you like this video, please leave the thumbs up. If you want to get the notifications about the new videos, please subscribe. And if you have any questions about how to build the app, use the comment section. If you are still here, probably you don't like coding, at the same time you want to structure and digitalize the work in your department. So I will show you how to use no-code approach to do that using Microsoft 365 without any additional codes, without any coding. We will use Microsoft List, which is perfect application to build structured data format, forms, approvals, reports and use mobile application to work on all of that and also integrate that with Microsoft Teams. And I want to also recommend you another video on this channel. You will find it in the description of this video. Excel versus Microsoft List. Not every business center will fit into Microsoft List, but at the same time check how you can transfer the way how you work using Microsoft List and build great business applications without single line of code. Create the new application structure just in the few clicks. In the first step, we will create the new application based on Microsoft List. I always recommend to start that creation from the blank template. Again, if there will be template fitting to your business expectation, use it. It will speed up your process. But if you're building your app from scratch, use the blank template. As an example, we will use app that will manage the request for the holiday plans in the department. In the starting window, the only thing you need to add is the name, description and visual recognition, so some interesting color, icon and also where the application should be deployed to. In our case, it will be project Lydon team site. Our application is totally empty, does not have any structure, and in the first step we will create that structure. We will add multiple fields to gather the structured data from our employees that will describe what are the holiday plans in HR team. We will add the person who will save the request. We will add the pictures here and also add the requirement to this column to be sure that in every case this information will be gathered. We will also add the start date and also we will enable requirement on this field. We will add the end date and we will save that format of the data. Moreover, we will rename the title column for the holiday description. One more thing which could be also quite useful is to add some kind of status column that will describe if this is, early plan or something already fully booked. And as always, we will require this information to be filled in. And you can see in these few clicks we prepare the structure of our application. If you will click on the new item, you will get very basic form that will gather the information from our user. So what kind of holiday, who will be the person that will request for it, start and end date, and the status of it. Somebody who will fill that data will register that information, and on our list we will get the new record saved in our repository. We will add few more records in here just to help in the next steps. And in the moment we get more records registered already in our application. You can see this is still not looking great up, but in the next steps we will improve it. Create custom forms to register the request in your application. In the next step we will create the custom form for our app to get from that kind of format, which you can see working quite well but it's not great looking, to something more nice and fancy. So on the top of the screen you will find the Forms button, where you can create the new custom form for your application. What is the most important element? You will not have to code anything to customize the look and feel for this custom form. On the top of the screen you can add the title and the description for the form. Moreover, you can decide how the structure of our form should look like. So who should be the first? Maybe we should start from who is requesting for this new holiday, how that holiday description should look like. You can also add additional fields if you will need them. Moreover, you can customize the way how these forms looks like, if the field is required or not. On the right side you can decide if any of the fields should be hide, and also you can change the theme of the form to our theme for the application, or you can create your own look and feel. We will use exactly that kind of setup. You can see this is quite simple. You can add additional confirmation message to your users. So we add additional information that in the next step there will be approval. We will get there in the next step. And also you can copy the link to the new form if you want to send it directly to your colleagues or implement it somewhere in your SharePoint or in the Microsoft Teams. You can see on the top of the screen all the changes are already saved. And if you will click on the preview, you will get the quite nice forms for requesting your holiday plans. Add approval process to your business application and get your manager approval in few seconds. We have the custom form. Now let's create the approval process for this request. In the end, we want to get the confirmation from our manager if our plans should be booked in our calendar. Let's imagine this is some very simple process that we want to implement, and again we can implement that without any additional coding or developing. The only thing we need to do is to go to automate and use the function create the approvals, and the only thing you need to do is to select enable approvals and apply it to your form. You will get the new column added to your form called approval status. When you will click on it, you will be able to select the approver and send the request to your manager or any other person that checking that kind of request. You can see this is simple approval, but what is most important, all that requests going to the approvals in the teams when we will get soon. You selecting the approver and you sending that request to your manager. What is the most important element? This is super simple, zero coding is required. And what is great, if somebody will open Microsoft Teams and approvals application, all the approvals from all that kind of applications will be summarized there. So your manager doesn't have to go to the SharePoint. The only thing that person need to open is Microsoft Teams and the approval process will be there. Your approver, your manager can reject or approve it, and the status will be updated in Microsoft List. When you will go back to your application, status of the approval will be updated here. You need to remember this could take few moments to get that, but again, this is super simple way to get approval process added to your application without using Power Automate. Build the custom reporting for your requests that will help to track the data in your system. We have forms, we have data, we have the approvals, so one of the last elements we should prepare are the reports for our business users. You can see the structure of the data already looking a little better because of the status and approval status that bring a little color to our reporting, but let's take this to the next level. You can create the new view which should be understood by your business users as a reports. You can use the list of the data, but also the calendar view, something that could be very useful in this business scenario. You can see we can create the monthly view of the events registered in our application, set up the start and end date, and also select which column should be implemented on our review, just to highlight who booking the holiday in the specific term. In just few clicks, we getting the calendar view that we can use and see exactly when somebody have the holiday plans across our calendar. In the other video on this channel, you will find how to make these events colorful based on additional parameters. This could speed up the way how these reports could look like. But let's create another view that will help us to filter and structure our data. In this case, we want to see all approved events for this year. The only thing we need to add is the title, and then we will be able to configure this view. You can see it's looking exactly as our initial view. So let's customize it. You can organize the columns that we have here. So first of all, the name of the person, the title of the holiday, and start and end date. We also want to see here the status of the approval. So select the columns. Let's add approval status in here, and we have this information. But what we want to do, we want to see only approved holiday plans. So let's filter by this column and just filter out only approved elements. We can get that. We can also group these informations based on the name of the person. So if there will be more approved requests, this will be easier to track. And you can see if we have more records, it's much easier to track that structured data. But remember, you need to save the changes to the view. And now, if you will get back to all items, you can see automatically you have two additional reports added. One that will present you all approved holidays, also the calendar view, and you can add even more. Add additional reports that will help to track all the registered data, like rejected holidays or waiting requests to be approved by the approver. You can see managing that kind of reports is very easy, and again, no code is required. And you can do a little more with the way how your report's looking. You can use something called format current view, which will be conditional formatting for your reports. And in case of your data, you can build the additional styling based on the data in the reports. For instance, you can colorful the data based on the approved status and add more additional styling for the reporting. For instance, you can also style specific column and format the dates based on the past or based in the future. And again, you can see this is not the rocket science, but if you have a lot of columns in your business application, adding that kind of styling could really help to improve the look and feel of the app. Use your business application on the mobile device and track your records whenever you want. In our last step, we want to use mobile application for our business app, and thankfully, this is something already covered. Your business users need to install on their Android or iPhone Microsoft List application that will automatically, after authentication, provide access to the all Microsoft List apps, including your business application that you already prepared. You can see this is mobile view that presenting all the data you have here. Users will have the capability to register the new items, but also to verify all the reports that are prepared by you in the application in the Microsoft List app on the Office 365. And you don't have to do anything else. All the features are already here. You can use mobile application to register, to maintain your data, to update the information, or just to track the information. All of that available for free without any additional costs. Moreover, the approvers also can track the registration directly in the Microsoft Teams application. So you have everything ready to go for mobile, again without coding. Yeah, you can see it was not that bad. Using Microsoft Lists is very efficient and also very intuitive. You don't have to use any coding. The only thing you need to do is use the mouse and the keyboard to describe some data structure. And in the end, you have the complex application with data structure, with forms, with approvals, with reports, and also with mobile application. All of that you can achieve probably in the less than hour and digitalize your work. Personally, I'm using Microsoft List all the time. I'm structuring my data using this application, and I highly recommend you to do the same. Again, if you will have any questions, please use the comment section. For now, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next video.